Welcome back to Living with a Classic and the restoration of my 1966 Jaguar S-Type barnfind. So if you're new to my channel, I hope you stick around and consider subscribing for more videos on this car and a lot of other cool old cars here on the channel. So I'm preparing this thing to go off to the body shop. In the previous video, we removed everything up front, like the headlights, indicators, side markers, and the bumper. And now I thought we'd tackle the glass here. We've got the front glass, the rear glass to remove. We'll do the front glass in today's video. The rear will be the same. I can do that off camera. So I think that would be a good thing to tackle tonight. Nice Friday night here. Everyone's gone to bed. So I thought, you know what? I'll go out here and work a little bit on the S-Type. Pretty easy to remove this style of glass. This is held in place with rubber. The only thing is, I don't want to break it. It doesn't have any chips. It's in good shape and they're rather expensive. I do have a spare one on the parts card, but I do not want to break them, and especially don't want to break the rear one because I haven't checked myself, but I have heard that you can't actually get hold of the rear ones. So yeah, let's be careful with that. Got the windshield wipers here. I kind of forgot about those actually, so maybe we'll just, yeah, we're just going to move those down to the side like this for now. And then it's really simple. Just cut out the rubber around the chrome, remove that carefully, or the stainless around here, and then we'll get down into seeing what we need to cut to get the glass out. Tools I need for this job isn't really much. It's just a sharp knife. Got one of these with replaceable razor blade inside. It's a Stanley knife. Got a new blade in there. And I have some gloves for when taking the glass out. And I also have a blanket I'm going to lay down somewhere to put the glass in. So there are two retaining clips here, and normally you can get those out when this rubber strip is not from 1966. So what I'm going to do is just cut along here carefully, just to get rid of a bit of that lip on the seal. Hopefully that will let me remove this trim without damaging it. Trick is knowing if I've cut deep enough or not. There we go. You can just start pulling this stuff off, and even though this one's actually kind of soft for being as old, because cars have always been stored well inside and out of sunlight, it's still definitely, I mean, of course you remove it when doing a complete respray and rebuild, but actually I think this thing would be weather tight. I don't think it would leak. I think I can peel off some of the last of it now. There we go. Got a little bit more over here in the corner, but I think I'm going to carefully start lifting off this trim here. There we go. And the good thing is, when you're completely rebuilding a car and tearing apart, you don't have to be careful about the paint or anything. Just gotta be careful about all the things you want to keep, like this trim. And should be able to pull that out of that retainer. And there we go. One piece of trim completely off the car and in good shape. So we're going to store this somewhere very safely, and I think I'm going to mark it just so I know which side it goes on. So this is, for me, on the left-hand drive car, it's the driver's side front one. Now I'm just going to do the exact same thing on this side, and then it's time to try and get the screen out. Now that trim's been removed on both sides, just thought I'd show you guys what the seal looks like if you haven't seen these before. It's quite simple. It's exactly the same that I just did about a year ago on my XJ6. So I'll put a link down below because I removed it and replaced it with a new one. Basically, there's a filler strip in here, that one I'm pointing at right there, and that expands everything up. So my idea is to see if I can get that out. If I can't, everything's too brittle, I'll just end up cutting it out. So when you put the screen in, I won't go into deep details, so look at that video if you want to know how. But once everything is set in, you put this thing in, it sort of locks everything in place, seals everything up. So there should be somewhere along here, there should be a place where both ends meet, and then I'll see if I can pull it off from there. Otherwise, I'll just cut everything because we want to get rid of this, but we want to be really careful with the screen. So I found it up here. Here's where both sides meet, and I just used a screwdriver very carefully and bent this up, and this is actually still so pliable that I can get this off. And I'm willing to bet that this is the original screen, because car was taken off the road after only being on the road for about 8 years or so, and then it's been sitting since then with one person, and yeah, the screen's not been out of the car, so it might have been removed. The car's been painted at one point, but definitely hasn't been removed because there's overspray on this. So this was probably put in by the factory in 1966. So with that out of the way, now it is pretty straightforward to get this out. So you have a metal lip down to about here somewhere. The glass goes to there. So there is some space there. And you can use that space to cut towards here and get this off. So I think I'll try a little bit over there first. And I like to work my way from the top down so that I can push the glass out, hopefully lift it up. But let's give this a shot. Okay, now I'm cutting basically onto the top of the glass very carefully. And you see, just cutting all the way, just touching the top here without actually going on the glass seems to be the way to do it. And just concentrating here. That's pretty good. Move it out of the way. We'll continue on the other side. So basically it's not very difficult. It's just a matter of being careful and patient and remembering how much a windscreen costs. I don't know exactly what it costs for an S-Type, but a friend of mine replaced one on an XJ6 a couple years ago. He cracked one. If I remember correctly, he paid somewhere around $650 to $700, probably like $700 for a screen. So yeah, don't think it would be cheaper for this car. Now comes the scary bit. See if we can get the glass out. Putting on gloves, just in case it shatters. So I'm just gonna try and gently tap it in some places. Like that, you see it's starting to move. Not putting a huge amount of pressure on anything. I just want to see it move, lift off everywhere. I'll go over to the other side and do the same thing. It doesn't really want to over here. I'm going to cut a little bit more of the rubber. I got some on the sides over here. There we go. It was just a little bit of rubber left there. If this wasn't a screen from 1966, I would have probably just tried and push it. But I believe glass gets brittle with age. So just being a little bit careful. Go. And it's very heavy. Got the blanket over here. I'm gonna lay it on. I really want to have it the other way around, so let's see if I can try and flip it. And that was a massive success. We have it. Got the glass out in one piece. Here's what's left of the rubber. I can get all that off later when I've removed the interior wood around here. But got the glass out. As you can see, it's, if my camera focus, it's very, very thick and very heavy. Looks like it definitely is bonded, I think. So there is a line. I can't put a line there. It looks sort of like it. Nice big thing. We'll wrap it in some bubble wrap. I'll go pick some up at the store. I don't think I have enough to wrap this thing, and we'll put it somewhere very safe so it's ready for being installed again, because it's in really good shape. It just needs to be cleaned up, and that can go back in the car when everything else is finished. And that's it. A great success. I'm so happy I got that out without breaking it. And I think I'll actually go inside now. Sometimes it's nice to just do a job, sort of be done with it, and then go inside. And at least I'm going to enjoy my evening and most likely just go to bed. It's pretty late here. But, I mean, I'd be very tempted to just continue with the wipers and all of that. But I think the right thing to do with this project is just to do a little bit at a time. I don't have a rush. I don't have a goal for when this car is going to be done. I'm just doing it because I enjoy it. It's not one of my other cars. I mean, I enjoy working those as well, but sometimes I do work on a car just because I need to go out and drive it, or I want to go out and drive it. I mean, I do want to go and drive this thing, but there's quite a bit ways to go. But not that far to go for it to actually go to the body shop, which is really great. I mean, engine bay, quite a bit to remove, but I'll do the rear screen myself. Don't have to film that. It's exactly the same thing. I will let you know if I completely mess up and crack it, which I really hope I don't. And then you'll see me in the next video when we remove probably some of the wipers and trim and other things, and maybe the interior. I don't know. We'll see what the next step is. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. If you're not already subscribed to the channel and you want to follow this project and other projects here on the channel, please do subscribe. It really does help out a lot. Until next time, I'm Adam, and this was Living with a Classic. I'll see you soon.